Alright, I am Fiddlin Jonny and welcome to my Fiddle channel. I also do magic reviews and today I'm going to review Monarch, which is by Avi Yap. It is part of the new Skymember Presents series on the art of coins. So this is the first release in that series and it is a Chink-a-Chink effect. So anyway, stick around. Believe me, you're going to want to stick around if you're considering this product because there's just things you know that they just don't tell you that you need to know if you're considering this product. So anyway, we'll get into it shortly. Thanks for being here. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Fiddlin Jonny and today we are going to review Monarch by Avi Yap. It is put out by Skymember Presents and this is the first in a series called The Art of Coins. So Avi is releasing a series of these and this is the first in the release. Let me start off by saying I do not want to ramble on this one, but here's what I probably will. But what I want to say is if you're considering this product, stop. Watch the review. There's things that they just will not tell you in the ad copy that you need to know because I don't want you to waste your money. I'm not saying this is a product not worth purchasing. It is a product worth purchasing for some people, but not everybody. And this is still great for a beginner. It's great for folks at any level. But anyway, let's get into this. Usually in these, I sort of want to go right to here's the bad stuff about it. But first let's just talk about what is it. So this is a Chink-a-Chink effect. If you don't know what a Chink-a-Chink effect is, it's very similar to a matrix effect. The difference is with a Chink-a-Chink effect, you take 4 coins and you wave your hands over the top of the coins. They're in 4 different corners essentially. And after you wave your hands over the tops of the quarters or the coins, they disappear from under one and suddenly they're under another hand and eventually all 4 of the coins end up under a single hand. That's what this is. The difference with the matrix is it's typically done with cards, covering the coins with cards and lifting them or moving them and suddenly the coins have moved. With this Chink-a-Chink effect, it's simply done with your hands. So that's what it is. Avi's routine here is freaking amazing. One of the smoothest and nicest Chink-a-Chink effects I've seen in a long time. So if you can pull it off, man, you will be set a reputation for yourself. It's that solid and that good, but it may not work for everybody. Okay, before I go into what you get, let's talk about this portion, my coffee portion. I have a new sponsor for coffee. Yes, even magicians doing coffee commercials. I mean, magic reviews get coffee. Okay, not really, I'm just drinking coffee. My voice is a little hoarse today. Let's just get through this. Okay, so what do you get? I'm gonna just show you what you get. I better be careful here and not reveal the password. Okay, so you're gonna get this inside the box. The packaging is so damn cool. You're going to get this postcard, which is done and all the popular stuff right now where it's got the nice foiling on it and you'll get the password on there and on the back more details. I saw on one of the people writing hey, I just got the gaff and I didn't get the instructions. The instructions are on the bottom here in terms of where the link is and the password. And then you're gonna get this. I'm gonna bring this in close so you can see it for a tight shot. They have really done a nice job on the packaging. And you know from watching my channel, I started off with I've never cared about packaging. I just care about does the damn thing do what it's supposed to do. But some of this packaging is growing on me. So this is the packaging on the back side. is the coin, and this is a, oh, looks like a coin holder. So in here, you're going to get your gaffed coin, and I happen to purchase the quarter gaff. So that's what I got there. You can see it. It's all really beautiful. And excuse me, the gaff is really great. So you're gonna get your gaff and you're gonna get your streaming instructions. The streaming instructions are 30 minutes long. It'll be for the same 30-minute instructions, whether you get the quarters, the half dollars, or the Morgans on there. You're also getting this nifty little carrying case with all of its nice sort of foiling and stuff on it. Let's talk about how is the gimmick. I'm gonna go into complaints right now. The gimmick is great. The gimmick's fine. I've purchased this type of gimmicks multiple times over the years. It's fine. It measures up with really high quality gimmicks. What is the downside? The downside is anytime I purchase these types of coin gimmicks, I wish they would do a section on here's the care of your gimmick and what you should know. Now, believe me, I've had gimmick coins forever, and I've run into every single problem that anyone who has had gimmick coins runs into. I opened this up, started using it right away, and man, was it smooth right out the gate. Loved it. But within 15 minutes, it became stuck. So that was a real problem for me, and I know better. I put it on a newer coin. I'm gonna give you a pro tip. Anytime you're getting this type of a gaff, you wanna make sure that you are using an older coin, because it's more likely with an older coin where the edges are smoothed out for fewer problems to occur. I'm not gonna go into what type of a gaff this is. That feels like I don't want to give away too much, but for most magicians, you will know what type of gaff this probably is. If you're brand new, you've never done this type of a routine, and you have no idea how it's done, then you will be so pleasantly surprised when you purchase this and learn what the method is. But if you've been around for a long time as a magician, you'll know what the method is. Okay. I went to the beach recently and I got this seashell. I just thought I'd show that to folks. All right. So how's the gimmick? It's a great gimmick. No problems. How are the instructions? So I definitely have problems with this product, which I'm going to get into. The instructions were definitely not a problem. Avi Yap, who I assume is relatively new to releasing products, I haven't seen him before. And he looks relatively young, and he's from Singapore, but he does a really awesome job in his instructions. There's a couple things that when I purchase a product, I hope that I'm getting. You get someone who has put 10 years worth of performance into this effect, performing it thousands and thousands of times in front of people in a lot of different situations, and that shows in the instructions. So you're going to get a lot of the subtlety and the things that you only get with experience, and he shares that in the video, and that's the sort of, for me, from a value point of view, just top notch. It's really, really good. So the instructions are great, and they look great, and I couldn't even describe sort of like the lighting scenario other than to say it's really nice. The effect is done on a close-up pad. Let me talk about that though. He says he's done it everything on from concrete to tabletops to bars and mats. I would never perform this on anything other than on a mat, on a my card mat. That's the only time I would perform this. I'm probably not going to do it on a countertop because I worry a little bit about noise, although these do not talk. They're done with soft metal and really nice, so you're not going to get a lot of talking from these. So that's great in that respect. But for me, I'm going to probably just do it on a close-up pad, even though he says he performs it on all sorts of surfaces, including on concrete ones, which I can't imagine. That strikes me as you would just destroy your gimmick. So don't do that. That's my pro tip there. So the instructions are really good, and he does a great job on the subtleties. But there is a major problem here. But before we get into that, let's talk about skill level. From a skill level perspective, it's easy to learn. And once you learn it with practice, you're going to be top notch. And for a beginner, easy peasy in terms of you can do it. If you think like, oh my God, that looks amazing, there's no way I'll be able to do that. That's just not true. You can do it because the moves in reality are pretty simple. So it just requires practice for it to look really, really good. But anybody can do it at any level. Let's talk about the pros. It's a beautiful, one of the best Chink-a-Chink routines I've seen. It's very fast, incredibly visual, and I think it's a better routine than most that I have seen. So it's fantastic that way. If you are able to get the method to work for you, then you're going to be hitting home runs right out the gate. But let's talk about the cons, or the things that I think about, like, what do you really need to know if you're going to purchase this product? So this product requires what they say in the instructions, perfect humidity, or you need to live in parts of the world that have higher humidity. So if you're in a part of the world where there's higher humidity, this should work for you. I live in the western part of the United States, and it's not a humid part of the country. It says, don't worry, if you don't live in a humid part of the world, you can use lotion on your hands. Lotion is going to help with the move, as is maybe having a glass that has condensation on it. That's going to help as well for your hands. And magicians who do a lot of card work, you know that as you get older, your hands become drier, and some moves become a little more difficult because your hands need to have a slight bit of moisture to them. I am too young for that to be a problem yet. I, for the life of me, cannot get the right amount of moisture. Even when I use lotion or condensation from a glass, I can get it to work a little bit, and sometimes, but not all the time. So that's a problem. If I want to go out and perform this in a more professional setting, I don't feel like I can, because at this point for me it's inconsistent. Now I can, magicians use some stuff that help your hands make them more sticky, and I have not used that in this effect. I used sort of my homemade version of that, and still it didn't work very well, because you have to find the sweet spot between sticky and wanting things to release. And if it's too sticky, you can't get it to release in a way that it looks nice. So that's about as much as I can reveal about what the real problem here is that you have to have perfect conditions. If you are humidity conditions or moisture conditions for your hands. So with that information, if that's not something that's going to be an issue for you, or you're willing to work through and find solutions for you, then this is just a freaking awesome product. Really, really good. And with the practice, you're going to look probably just as great as Avi in this routine. So let's talk a little bit more about this. You have to perform this at tempo. It has a right tempo for it to look ideal, and I don't think that's a problem, but when you watch the trailer of it, and I don't know if I put the trailer in here already or I'll put it in here now, but it's done at a specific tempo, and that tempo is done for a reason, because I think it looks ideal within a certain tempo range. So you should just know that you will probably have to do it at the tempo you see in the trailer. I don't know if that's a problem. You should just really know that. If you want to do it nice and slow, that might be more of a challenge, and it might not look quite as good. Let's also talk about cost then. So there's three levels. You can purchase a quarter, you can U.S. quarter, a U.S. Kennedy half dollar, or the old Morgan silvers. So the quarters cost, or quarter, because you're just getting a gaff. You're not actually getting quarters. You're just going to get a very specific kind of a gaff here with this. That's going to cost you $40. The Kennedys are, or the gaffed Kennedy is $50, and the Morgans, you're actually going to get 4 replica Morgans and then 1 gaff, and that costs $70. That's not a horrible price. However, I decided to go and look and see if I could find this exact same gaff, and was able to find a Roy Cooper's version of it for $30 versus this costing $40. So this was $10 more. It's not exorbitantly more, so really not that big of a deal. I did see a big difference on the Kennedys. The Kennedys, this retails for $50, but you can get a Roy Cooper's version for $35. And I didn't bother to look at the Morgans. So just know that if you have this gaff already, it'd be great if you could just purchase this as a download. That would be ideal in my book. Because if you're a performing magician already, you probably already have this gaff if you do coin routines to any degree. So that's the deal on the price. I think you sort of have to determine if that's the right price for you or not. For me, at the quarter, it's not horrible. So who's going to like this? Anyone who likes to do coin magic, who likes to do close-up coin magic in particular, it is really, really good in that respect. So I think those are the things that I want you to know if you're considering it. If you're willing to overcome the humidity thing and think that can work for you, then it's an amazing product and really worth considering. The gaff is great. If you want to use the gaff for other routines, I feel like the gaff is of good quality, and at $40 is totally fine. Which I will probably use this for maybe other routines because I'm not going to use the method. I can't get the method to work consistently for me on this because hands are too dry. All right, that's it. I hope these are helpful for you. I know I kind of drone on a little bit, and I want to tighten those up a little bit, but I feel like if I go too fast, then I'm going to miss things that I really want you to know. So if you've stuck around all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. So I try to put one of these up every week. So I hope you'll keep coming back. It's great if you can subscribe and like. That always helps. And I love seeing your comments. Really, probably my favorite part of this whole process is seeing your comments. So if you purchase this or if you perform this, leave me a comment about that. Be curious about it. So, all right, that's it. I'm Fiddlin Jonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.